Welcome to the Activated Story Theater's 186th podcast.
This episode we bring you The Magic Pear Tree, a story from China.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Kimberly.
And together we are the Activated Actors.
We are coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. We have recently been ziplining through trees and walking amongst the treetops. And we actually have videos now up online. You can watch our Gozas on the Go Activated Adventures. Every Sunday we are bringing our adventure tales from the week. Just in 2 minutes you can see what we've done when we are not on stage, how we're being activated.
So if you doubt any of the things we told you we have done, we have proof now.
So we have done that since that was just recently, but when we last spoke to you, we were still in Arkansas. We are now in North Carolina. So we've done a bit of traveling.
We did some traveling.
We have.
We went through Memphis.
We did. We got to see Elvis's Graceland and Sun Studios, where a whole bunch of people have recorded their #1 hit albums.
Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash all recorded there, and others. Also in Memphis, we visited Chucalissa Indian Village.
Ooh, we did. We got to see an archaeological site, and we saw where they have a burial mound and some replicas of dwellings that they had back in the olden days.
Really, really olden days.
Yes. We came through the Smoky Mountains.
And they weren't smoky, but they were raining.
They were, yes, it did rain. We did have a thunderstorm. Mm-hmm. But we got to see the national park and do a little bit of hiking.
And we did an amazing roller coaster ride. It's not really like a roller coaster. It's more like a sled on wheels. It's
a mountain coaster in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. You get to sit in your own little car and it pulls you up the mountain. It's a nice little ride, nice and slow, and then you go down, and you can go as fast as you want. You can put the brakes on, but that's probably not a good idea because the person behind you may not put their brakes on. But you go down the mountain at about 27 miles an hour, and it's just
it feels
coasting. It is fun. So we had a great time doing that. And we've also been dancing across the nation as we go. You can also watch those videos on YouTube. Our YouTube, by the way, is Activated Shows, so please drop by there, subscribe. We are getting a lot of activity on our YouTube channel, and we think you'll enjoy watching all of that.
And then on to North Carolina, where we are now.
And we got to do Winston-Salem. We went through Old Salem, kind of hanging out in the Triad area of North Carolina.
Old Salem, historic buildings with historical reenactors sometimes, and it's very old.
It is. And then we went to High Point, which is the furniture capital of the world and the home of the world's largest chest of drawers. It is huge. It is so big we can't even reach the top of the bottom drawer.
What are the odds of the world's largest chest of drawers being in the furniture capital? That's, by the way, that's an office building. It's not just a chest of drawers.
No, it's the facade of an office building. The office building is behind it.
And then on to Greensboro,
where we got to play it Elsewhere, which is a museum place.
It's an artist colony. Artists, well, they stay there for a while and work on projects, and they exhibit projects there, and they have workshops and tours and so on.
And really, it's a really unique space. One thing that we really like about it is this little alcove that you can go in and throw bouncy balls. And it makes all kinds of music because there's drums and cymbals and xylophones and things for the balls to bounce off of. And so you kind of get like found music.
And this building used to be a surplus store. They sold fabric and all kinds of things, and then they sold knickknacks, toys. They're still there. All kinds of toys and kitchen appliances from decades ago, records,
but
books.
But all artfully assembled, so you can appreciate the beauty in these found objects. Well, also thing I love about Elsewhere Place is the swings in the front window.
Oh, yeah.
You can swing, and as you're swinging, you go out onto the sidewalk and in the store. That's in Greensboro, North Carolina. And now we are in Raleigh. We just did Go Ape in Raleigh, North Carolina with the zip lines and walking through the trees.
We even got to do the Tarzan swing.
Woo! That was fun. So again, go watch our videos on that. That's on YouTube, Activated Shows on YouTube. And we have got a story for you guys. It is The Magic Pear Tree from China. Long, long ago in China, there was a certain farmer who was very greedy.
One
one day, he took a cart load of pears to market to sell.
Pears for sale, pears for sale.
Oh, how much are your pears, mister?
1 piece of gold.
Oh, for a dozen?
No, don't be silly.
Oh, 1 piece of gold for half a dozen.
Are you crazy? It's 1 piece of gold for 1 pear.
Oh, that's pretty steep.
Well, I do have a daily special.
Oh, what's that?
A pair of pieces of gold for a pair of pears.
That's not very special, and neither are your pears.
Well, they're the only ones you can get around here. I have a market on the corner.
I think you mean a corner on the market.
Yeah, whatever. The point is, I can charge whatever I want.
And that's what he did. But before long, along came an old beggar. Spare a pear? Spare a pear?
No, I have no pears to spare.
Looks like you have plenty of them. Oh, a whole cart full.
But they're just to sell, not to give away.
I have no money.
Then get a job.
Oh, I had a job, but it was outsourced to America.
Too bad. You want a pear, you gotta pay.
Oh, well, in that case, you better give me a coin so I can buy a pear from you.
Right, I'll just, wait a minute. You think I'm gonna fall for some kind of Jedi mind trick? Be off with you, I have work to do.
So the beggar left, and the farmer continued selling his pears.
Pears for sale, pears for sale.
But guess what? Before soon, the old beggar came back by. Spare a pear? Spare a pear?
You again? I thought I told you I'm not giving away any pears for free.
Oh, I thought maybe you had a change of heart.
My heart doesn't give change.
You know, I've heard that if you give people something, it makes you feel good.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to make myself feel really great by giving you some words of advice. Get out of here and go away and get lost. Or I'm going to call Homeland Security or something.
All right. So the beggar left again, and the farmer continued selling his pears.
Pears for sale, pears for sale.
And I probably don't have to tell you, but eventually the old beggar came back. Spare a pear? Spare a pear?
You're back a third time? Is this some kind of joke?
I thought maybe you'd be more ready to make a deal now. You know, you've been here all day, and the sun has been hot, and the pears are going to spoil.
I don't care if they rot and get eaten by worms and buzzards and bearded dragons. I'm still not going to give any of them to a bum.
Bum? That's not a very nice word. Some people call me asset deficient solicitor.
Well, whatever they call you, they're not going to call you an eater of one of my pears for free.
But just then, a bystander who was standing by them overheard and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Farmer, I'd like to buy one of your pears."
Finally, someone who's not just wasting my time. Here you are.
"And here's your money." And then the bystander turned to the beggar. "And here you are. This pear is for you." "Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that." "My pleasure."
I don't believe it. You wasted your money on a pear for a beggar? There's an old Chinese saying, which I just made up. If you give a man a pear, you feed him for a day. If you teach him to grow pears, you might get a commission.
"Well, I'm glad to help someone out who's hungry." The beggar gulped down the pear in about a bite and a half. Nothing was left except for one seed. "And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there will be free pears for everyone."
Huh? What are you talking about?
"All I have is a single seed, but they say that from one tiny seed, a great tree may grow. I will plant this seed, and before your eyes, it will grow into a fine pear tree, loaded with pears."
Ha! Your brain must be as broke as your pocketbook.
But the beggar did plant the seed in the ground. And within a matter of seconds, while the onlookers looked on, a tree had indeed grown up. And that tree was indeed loaded with pears.
Wow, how'd he do that?
I don't know. I didn't see any mirrors. Okay, folks, free pears for everyone. Come on.
Hey, this is my turf, and you're undercutting my profits.
But the people rushed in and took the pears from the tree and ate them.
People, don't be hasty. There must be some fine print somewhere.
The pears continued growing and regrowing on the tree until everyone in the marketplace was full. And then the pears were all gone. Whereupon the beggar pulled an axe from his robe and chopped down the tree. And then he threw the tree over one shoulder and the axe over the other and walked away. And he was never seen again.
Okay, that was a pretty good publicity stunt, I have to admit. But now that you've all made a meal of free pears, you'll surely want some real pears for dessert. And I just happen to have a special of... Huh? Hey, my pears are all gone. What happened to them? Why, that sneaky beggar. Those were my pears on the tree. I don't know how he did it, but somehow he took my pears and got everyone to eat them. And hey, the handles are missing from my cart. How did he get those? And what did he do with them? Hey, has anyone seen that beggar?
I saw him walk just outside the marketplace, and then he dropped the tree and axe on the ground, but after that, I don't know where he went.
I get the feeling he'll never be seen again. Show me the spot, will you?
So a pair of the onlookers led the pear farmer to where they had last seen the beggar.
There on the ground, my cart handles. One of them has markings on it, like it held an axe head. And the other one has a couple of leaves on it. So, he used one to make a tree, and the other one to make an axe.
But even knowing how it was done doesn't make it an easier trick to repeat.
And the people ate my pears, without paying. I guess your own greed got the better of you, huh? Apparently.
And that's the story of the magic pear tree from China. We hope you enjoyed that story. And as our longtime listeners know, we are always putting on stories all over the nation. You can catch one of our live shows in North Carolina this week. We are going to be at the Hampstead Library at 11 o'clock and the Burgaw Library at 2 o'clock, and that's in Pender County, North Carolina.
Yes, so if you live anywhere east of the Mississippi, come on over.
And then in August, we have got some shows coming up in Massachusetts. August 11th.
August 11th, 10:30 a.m. in Chatham on Cape Cod.
And that will be at the Eldridge Library.
Wednesday the 22nd will be in 3 libraries in Massachusetts: Franklin, Acton, and Wellesley.
And those shows are at 10:30, 3 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. You can catch the show there. And then we've got some more shows coming up in the fall. We're also doing programs at schools. So if you have a school, if your child attends a school, if you have a school down the street, and
if you know what a school is.
If you know what a school looks like, you can have the Activated Story Theater come and activate it. We will put shows on at your school with props, sets, costumes, physical comedy, American Sign Language. We put everything in there. Audience participation, kids in the show. All you have to do is get in touch with us and we'll get you some more information. So you can always email us, activatedstorytheater@gmail.com, and that's theater is with the R-E spelling at the end, activatedstorytheater RE@gmail.com. Also, we have started a Patreon page.
Patreon is an idea as time has come. I'm very excited to see it. It supports some really, really interesting art.
So check out our Patreon page. It's Patreon/activated, and there'll be a link to it also in our show notes.
Putting exclamation points everywhere.
That's what we're doing. With you, we are spreading exclamation points.
Okay, I think that about wraps it up for this time.
It does. We will catch you on next month with a new story.
Stay activated.
Activated Story Theater is committed to bringing fun educational shows to schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use physical comedy, American Sign Language, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring multicultural folktales to life. For booking information, check out our website, activatedstorytheater.com, where you can also find out when the activated actors will be performing near you, read a story, or order one of our audio CDs. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or listen on Stitcher. We look forward to your comments and folktale suggestions. Stay activated. Until next time.